It's fall season in Istanbul, and today I'm making my 3 all-time favorite recipes using pumpkin. The first recipe is bal kabağı çorbası, spicy, creamy pumpkin soup. And the second recipe, sütlü bal kabaklı ekmek, rich pumpkin bread. And classic Turkish dessert, kabak tatlısı, pumpkin dessert. Okay, I've got about close to 2 kilograms pumpkin here. First, I'm going to slice and then take out the skin and the flesh. For this, make sure to have a durable cutting board and a big knife. The best way I found to get the skin is to get a help from the cutting board and then peel it like this. I cleaned all the pieces. Let me scale how much it is. I have exactly 1 kilogram and 500 grams of pumpkin here. I'm gonna use 5 grams both for the soup and the pumpkin bread, and the rest for making kabak tatlısı. Keeping the even pieces for the dessert and the small ones for the other 2 recipes. Okay, looks fine. And half of it I'm going to boil to make a pumpkin puree for the bread. And the other half I'm gonna keep it to cook when I make the soup. I need to wash all of them, clean my cutting board, and then slice them. After washing the pumpkin pieces, I finely chopped the ones that I need for the bread. For my pumpkin dessert, I cut the pieces into about 2-3 centimeter thick slices for even cooking. For the dessert, I'm going to use a white pan. We don't want to stack them too much. I'm going to place them to my pan. Since the green parts takes more time to cook, place them down and we're gonna pour the sugar and then begin to cook. Normally I don't scale the sugar amount. I'm gonna give you in cups. I like to cover the pumpkins with the sugar. I think here I'm gonna use about 2 cups, close to. This is still less. I'm gonna first cook it with the lid closed. When it begins to boil and soften, I will open the lid and then continue to cook until the syrup thickens and the beautiful pumpkins are soft, melt in the mouth. For the pumpkin puree, I added a little bit more than half cup water just to simmer and soften, and a drizzle about 1/4 of a cup for the dessert just to give some steam so it begins to cook and the sugar melts. To prevent the syrup from overflowing, do not close the lid completely when the stove heat is high. After the sugar melts and the pumpkins begin to release its water, you can lower the heat and then close the lid to cook until they are soft. I continue to cook the pumpkin puree in very low flame until it is soft. It's been about 30-35 minutes. The pumpkin released its water, as you can see. It It is halfway soft but still needs time to cook, so I continue to cook. In the meantime, my pumpkin pieces for the bread is soft enough. I just turn them into puree with a fork and it's ready to go. My bal kabağı tatlısı pumpkin dessert is still cooking. I have my pumpkin puree ready for the bread. I have 3/4 of a cup milk. Going to complete it to 1 cup with olive oil. You can use vegetable oil. 2.5 tablespoons sugar, 1 egg, 1.5 teaspoons salt. I'm gonna scale my pumpkin puree and then complete the wet ingredients into 2.5 cups. I have fresh yeast, about 20 grams. You can use 1 tablespoon active dry yeast, and we'll add about 6 cups of all-purpose flour. I used about half cup warm water, and just to get every bit of the pumpkin puree and the milk, poured the water into the pan and then back to the measuring cup. See how beautiful color it got from the puree. Added the egg and the fresh yeast, sugar, and first 5.5 cups of flour. Sift if you can, it is always better. And continue to add more flour until it is soft, along with the salt. Okay, my dough is ready too. It is still sticking. I just spritz some vegetable oil to prevent sticking to my hands and to the bowl. But I want to keep it still soft, so the pumpkin bread this way also will be soft. Let's not waste anything. I'm gonna cover, let it rise until it is almost doubled. Let's go to stove top and check our pumpkin dessert, kabak tatlısı. In total, after about 35-40 minutes on high, I continue to cook on low until the pumpkin pieces soaked all the syrup and the syrup has thickened. Now it will cool down and rest for the flavor to settle in. It's been an hour since I knead my dough. It has risen well. I'm gonna take it to my countertop, working with less flour as much as I need. And first I cut it into half and then both halves into 3 pieces and make a log. Then I bring the 3 long pieces together, braiding them loosely and pinch the ends to secure it. Then I did the same thing to the other half of the dough. By the way, you can braid with 4 pieces. It also looks very beautiful. I sprinkled some semolina, placed the pumpkin breads, cover with another tray and let them rise again for about half an hour until it doubles again. Meanwhile, I'm gonna make the pumpkin soup quickly, beginning by chopping my onions, pumpkin pieces, carrots and potatoes. It doesn't have to be in the even shape. We just want it to cook it until it is soft, and then we're gonna blend everything. I also added a couple of cloves of garlic for extra taste. First, I'm going to saute the onions in butter and olive oil mixture for about 2 tablespoons of each. It's up to you. And then within 2 more minutes, I added the pumpkins, carrots, and then the potatoes. To help to thicken and give some more creaminess, I added 2 tablespoons of flour, sauteed everything for about a minute, added 1.5 teaspoons salt, teaspoons each turmeric and cumin, and black pepper. Add plentiful of water, or even better if you have a chicken broth or vegetable stock, and cook on medium-low heat until all the veggies are soft. They look beautiful, puffed up. I'm just gonna sift some flour to give a rustic feeling, and then bake at 200 Celsius degree preheated oven. Within half an hour, my veggies were soft for the soup. So I blend everything, then adjust the consistency, adding milk for about 1 cup. I just eyeballed, and more water if needed. Also check the spiciness, add more salt or spice if need. Okay, my soup is ready, and the pumpkin dessert bal kabağı tatlısı has rested, and the pumpkin bread is in the oven. It needs about 10 more minutes. I'm gonna place my dessert to the plate. It almost soaked all the delicious syrup. I'm gonna drizzle the beautiful thick syrup on top. See how thick it is. Beautiful. And finally, my friends, here is our pumpkin bread. My all-time favorite pumpkin recipes are ready. It's time to taste. First, I'm gonna get from the bread and taste with the soup together. It's like a cloud. Look at this. Okay, Bismillah. Creamy, rich, not too spicy. If you want, you can even double the amount of the black pepper, cumin. It is also possible to add heavy cream, but I like it this way, lighter with only milk. Let me try with the bread. Delicious. The bread gets its soft texture also from the pumpkin puree, as similar to when you make potato bread. And finally, I'm gonna get from the dessert. Okay. Another serving option would be drizzling sesame paste, tahini. It really gives a different texture, my friends. If you have, make sure to give it a try. Perfect finish. Only 2 ingredients, pumpkin and sugar. Comes out beautifully, perfect fall dessert. I hope you enjoyed this episode as I did with my new background here. Give your thoughts about it. Don't forget to share, comment and like my contents if you think it is valuable so others can also see. I have many other similar recipes, Turkish soups and traditional desserts on my channel. Make sure to check them. I also write the recipes on my blog turkishfoodtravel.com. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode. Afiyet olsun.